take a value. Output will purely bring a result. But inout is a combination of two. First it will take a value and afterwards it will bring a result back. First it will take a value to a method here and afterwards it will bring a result back. I'll tell you in a simple ways. If you see restaurants, guys, if you see restaurants, have you noticed it in the restaurants now? In the restaurant, you place your order, one person will bring the food from the kitchen onto the table. One person will bring the food from the kitchen onto the table. Who is it? The service person, the delivery. He will be just doing the service. The server. We call him as a server or a bearer. A server or a bearer. What will he do? He'll bring the food from the kitchen onto the table. And at the same time, do you remember there's a cleaner who will take the plates from the table into the kitchen. One person will bring the plates from the kitchen onto the table. After you complete eating food, another person will take these plates into the kitchen for cleaning now. Yes or not? And have you noticed cafes? Have you gone to cafes now? Basically in cafes, the same person will deliver the food to you and the same person will remove the plates also. Both will be done by the same person. In big restaurants, you notice you don't have servers separately. You don't have servers separately. Like big cafes and restaurants, if you see, the same person will bring the food. Once your food is completed, the same person will take the plates also inside now. So did you understand what is input output now? Input means bringing the food onto your plates now. Output, taking the plates inside the kitchen. In out, he is only bringing, he is only taking. Input means separately we have one person. Output means separately we have one person. In out means one person only doing both the two things. So in the place of person, let's replace it with a parameter. Input, one parameter bringing a value. Output, one parameter taking the result. In out, the same parameter will first bring a value and after execution of the method, the same parameter will take a result outside also. Okay? By default, every parameter is an input parameter. By default, every parameter is an input parameter. But if you want your parameter to be an output parameter, if you want your parameter to be an output parameter, you're required to prefix it with the out keyword. You're required to prefix it with the out keyword. Now come on, try parse. Recollect the try parse method. Now you see out int x. That will bring the results now. After execution, x will contain the result in it. Did you understand now? And that is if a try parse, I pass two parameters. One is string, that is input. Next, out int x. That out int x will get the results outside now after completing the execution. After completing the execution, that will get you the results outside. That is what a output parameter is. Input parameter will first take the value and output parameter will now get you the results back out of the appropriate method. That's what exactly the output parameter is going to do. Input, output. In-out means we'll take it and bring it. So by default, every parameter is input. To make it output, you're required to prefix the out keyword. And if you want in-out, you're required to prefix the ref keyword. Clearer or not? Understood? If you don't tell anything, that is input. If you prefix out, it is a output. If you prefix ref, it is a in-out. Okay, watch it. Public void test. Int x is input parameter. Out int y is an output parameter. Ref int z is a in-out parameter. You see now? You have all the three now. X is input. Y is output. Z is in-out. In-out. Clear? So if you don't tell anything, input. Now you understood about the ref and out keywords now? Now you'll have a doubt here. What is the need of these output parameters again? What is the need of these output parameters again? When we have the concept of return types to return the results. When we have the concept of return types to return the results. When we have a concept of return types to return the results, then what is the need of output parameters again? Will be a big question in our minds. Okay, let me explain. See, watch. I want to write a method, public int math, int a comma int b. Now I'm writing int c is equals to a plus b and return c. Are you guys clear? A simple method. public int math, int a comma int b, int c is equals to a plus b, return c. When you say return c, automatically it is going to return you the value. Are you clearer or not? It's going to return you the value. When you say return c, it is going to return the value. Okay, fine. Now, I wanted to do int d is equals to a into b. So what is c? C is the sum of the two numbers and d is the product of the two numbers. Now can I write return d also now? Is this code valid? Come on faster. That code is not valid. Why not valid? Because return is a jump statement. Return is a jump statement. When you say return C, control will jump out from there only. I already explained about return, guys. In the middle, if you have return, control will jump out from there. The remaining code will not execute. Now tell me, will return D execute? When I say return C, control comes out of that. Return D will not execute now. So did you understand now? How many values can I return here? One only. That is the drawback. We can return only one value. We cannot return more than one value. Are you clear? To overcome this particular problem, but how many values you want to return now? One or two? You want to return two values now. So how do you resolve this particular problem? You can write in different ways. One, public int math, public int math, int a comma, int b comma, out int c, out int c. Okay, now watch. C is equals to a plus b, and d is equals to a into b, and say return d. Then what about c? No need. Why c is declared as output parameter already? Because it is declared as output parameter, automatically return the results. Are you clear? That is only our try parse method is defined like that only. How is it defined? Public bool, sorry, that's a static method. Public static bool, try parse, string str, out int x. You guys understood how is it defined now? How many values it is returning you? Two. One is boolean, one is the converted x value. One is the converted x value, and the second one is a boolean status. So did you guys understand my point now? All of you are confused with the out earlier. I said you ignore it. Here I'll tell you later. I said you. Now you understood me? That's what. A method can return only one value. To overcome that particular problem, we can just go for using it like this and like this. Sir, you have a doubt now. Sir, if you have three values, n number of output parameters can be there. No problem. You can write this method in another way also. What's it? Public void math. Int a comma, int b comma, out int c comma, out int d. Simply, c is equals to a plus b and d is equals to a into b. That's it. Choice is yours. The method is completely void method, and all the results are coming as output parameters. How many output parameters can we have? No restriction. Return types only we have a restriction, but output parameters we don't have restrictions. Are you clear, guys? Understood how to write a method now? So if you want to return more than one result, you just require to follow this process of writing the code. You need to follow this process of writing the code. More than one value, we can just write either like this or either like this. Okay? So come to your code now, come to your project, all of you observe. Let me create a new file here. I will name this as output parameters.cs. Output parameters.cs. Guys, watch. The first method, I'm pasting it, this method now here. Watching it. I named it as math1, guys. Now you see, int A, int B are input parameters, out int C and out int D are output parameters. So both these two results will come out perfectly. Both these two results are going to come out. How to capture them now? Watch. Static void main. First create the instance of your class. Okay, create the instance of the class. Tell me guys, if a method returns a value, listen, if a method returns a value, to capture that result, do you declare one variable? If a method returns a value, to capture that result, do you declare a variable? Yes, no? See there, it returns a value. To capture that, we're declaring a variable now. str1, str2 are the variables you declare. If the method is going to give you two values, you need to declare two variables to capture the result now. Now tell me, this method gives you one value or two values, sir? Louder. Two values. So how many variables should I declare? Two variables. Guys, observe. Int sum1, comma, product1 are the two variables what I am declaring. Okay now? Now after declaring the two, I am calling the method. Watch it guys. See the process. Obj dot math1. First value is 100, 25. These two are inputs. 100 goes to A, 25 goes to B. Now C and D are input parameters or output parameters. They will not take a value and they will send you the value back again. To capture those, we require to write out sum1 and out product1. Did you understand me? The C value comes to sum and the D value comes to product. Okay? And now you can see console dot write line sum of given two numbers is plus sum1 and same way product. Sum of the given two numbers is sum1 and product of the given two numbers is product1. Is it clear all of you? Yes or not? So this is how you are just going to write the code. This is how you are going to write the appropriate code right now. So this is thing. Repeat this line. Which line? Which line you need to repeat? See, you declared two variables, empty variables. Substituted the variables here. So the C value will come to sum1 and the D value will now come to product1. What did you assign to C? 100 plus 25, 125. What you assign to C, 125 will come to sum1. And what you assign to D, 2500. 2500 comes to product1. So once the execution done, come here. Specify the class name. Got it? Sum is 125 and product is 2500. What is the doubt there? What is your doubt, Ahmed? It's pretty clear now. They are empty. You put your variables here. When you put the variables here, result will come here now. See now? That is going to print you the result. But you declared both of them as empty. See, both are empty zeros. But when you print, they are not zeros. What are they? 125? 2500. The result will come into sum1 and the result of product will come into product. So these two are what I printed. Did you understand, guys? Okay, so basically this is how you're just going to return the appropriate values. If at all you want to return multiple values, this is how you're just going to return the appropriate values now. More than one value, we are just going to use that in this process and return them now. Okay. But guys, one thing remember. Actually, we are working with C#10. We are working with the new version, that is C#10. And this problem what I explained to you here, we have this problem in C language, we have this problem in C++ language, we have this problem in Java language, we have this problem in C# language also until C# 6.2. We have this problem in C# language also until C# 6.2. But from C# 7.2, this problem was resolved. Which one? Selected that. Look at that. That problem I'm telling you. I said to you there's a problem there now. Return C is a jump statement. Return D will not execute now. Yes or not? Return C is a jump statement. Return D will not execute. This is a problem. And this problem was present in all the programming languages. C# also has this problem until C# 6.2. But from C# 7.2, they resolved it. From C# 7.2, they resolved it. How? I'll tell you. Just a minute here. I forget a small thing here. Let me just talk about it. Guys, look at this. We declared two variables here to capture the results. Am I correct? We declared two variables here to capture the results. And the two variables are used here. So finally the values will come here. From C# 7.2, they added one feature for us. What is the feature, you know? The feature is, look at this, all of you guys. Without again declaring the variables separately, you can directly declare the variables here also. This is a new feature added in C# 7.2, and this is only what I shown you in the try-parse. Go and refer to your try-parse notes after going home. This only you will find. Try-parse console.readline, out int x. The declaration can be done on the same line. Without declaring it separately and using it, you can do the declaration on the same line. Which version? C# 7.0. It's a feature of C# 7.2. Feature in. I hope you guys are clear. Feature in C# 7.2. So that's what. Now you execute, guys, you'll get the same output only here also. But now I'm printing what? Sum to product. Same output only. If you want, change the values, guys. If you want, change the values and observe. I'm giving a 150 here, and I'm just giving 160 here, and I'm giving some 20 here. Different values, different outputs. Is it clear? Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm explaining you here, guys, yeah. This is a problem until C# 6.0, but in C# 7.0, this problem was resolved. From C# 7.0, this problem was resolved. What resolved? Can I return multiple values? Yes. You can return multiple values. But how? Like this. Public this is another style of writing the code in C# 7.0 onwards. Sorry. Are you clear? I'm talking with you only, not myself. Understood? This is a new feature. Allowed from which version? C# 7.0. Then what is the need of output parameters, sir? Hey, tomorrow you work in a company, and in your company you are building an application on C# 5.0. You are building an application on C# 5.0. Will this feature work now there? This feature will not work. That's why I showed you both options to you. If you are working in old versions, how to write the code? Out. You are working in new versions, how to write the code? Like this. You can write the code like this now. Observe all of you. I am naming the method as math2. Okay? Again, this is a feature of C# 7. I'm sorry. 7.2. Feature of 7.2. You'll get the doubt. How to call it? How to call it here? Like how do you call your regular method? Same only. No difference. Watch it. How do you call int sum3 comma int product3 is equals to obj dot math2 so 250 comma 50. That's it. Understood? Return types here returns the value. If it returns the value, this is how you should capture. This is how you should capture them. So let me print it and show you. This is sum3 and this is product3. So if you are in old version, how to write the code? If you are in new version, how to write the code? Is it clear, guys? Okay. Miss, that's a problem we have. So that's why in C# 1.0, output parameters are given. Up to 6.0, we return output parameters. In 7.0, they said that, okay, output parameters option is there. But now I'm adding your latest option to you. You have a chance of returning multiple results also by putting them in the places. So now, your try-parse method also can be changed if you want. I cannot change now. Microsoft should change. But the try-parse method, how is the try-parse method defined as said you? What is it? Deleted. How is the try-parse method defined as said you? Public, static, bool, try-parse, string str, comma, is how they defined it. But if this method, if Microsoft wants to redefine, they did not do, but they can redefine it now. How? Public, static, bool, comma, int, try-parse, str. They can rewrite. They did not do that here. Option is there. Option is there. Are you clearer or not? So how many values it returns? 2 values. First one is a Boolean. Success or failure. Second one is the result. Int. The result integer. Okay? This is the alternative way to write. But this method was introduced in 1.0 and the same method only we are still using. Microsoft did not redefine the things now. So still we need to use the first option only. If there is a re-implementation done by Microsoft in the future, we may have the method like this. Chance is there. I am not promising you or I am not giving you a guarantee that will be present to you also. Chance is there, I am telling you. Are you clearer? Okay. So from 7.0, you can do it like this. Okay. So you got your results now? To capture the results, you declare 2 variables now. To capture the results, you declare 2 variables now. You can simplify this code, guys. How you know? You can write var here and simply say sum4 and product. You can just use the var keyword and write it. Without writing int like this, simply say var. Implicitly typed, automatically converts into the appropriate format of its choice. So I am passing 645, 50. And this is sum4 and this is product 4. Run. Are you guys clear? Yes or not? This is how you can write the methods. I shown you the old style of writing, the new style of writing. So why I shown you both the 2 options to you? Because tomorrow there is always a chance. What is the chance? You might be working with the old version or you might be working with a new version. If your company is working on the old version, if your company is working on the old version, then you are required to go for using what? What? Output parameters. No sir, in my company they are using the new latest version. Then go for using the new concept of it. We call it as tuples. We call this feature as tuples. T-U-P-L-E-S. Tuples. So this is basically you introduced in 7.0. So this is tuples and this is output parameters. అంటే ఇది పోయింది, వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అయిపోతుంది. ఒక బ్యాటరీ ఉంటే తీసుకురండి. అయితే ఏం చేస్తాం మరి? ఓకే, సో guys, am I clear with output parameters now? So new style of writing is using tuples. New style of writing is using tuples. Old style is using output parameter. Both can be used also. One output parameter, one return type. One return type, one output parameter. Try parses done that. Clear? It depends upon the studio what you are using. It depends on the framework what you are using. I already shown you these options to you in the Visual Studio already. Remember, I shown you this, guys. I printed in your notes also. When you're opening, you created 6.0 na? You opened 6.0, 6.x. Which version? C#10. If you have 5, C#9. If it is 3, C#8. Okay? It is 2, C#7.3. And all .NET frameworks supports up to 7.3. If you are opening a framework project, none of these features, what I'm saying you, I'm sorry guys, this feature will work, 7 feature will work. If anything related to 9 or 10, that won't work. In the 10, I said you global declare statements, the global, one file you write global using, no need to write in all the files again, I said you, that's in 10.0. That feature will not work if you are working on the framework. We are working on 6. Which version? C#10. Because it is C#10, all features will work for you. It depends upon what you are just going to use. Okay now? Sorry guys, the battery is down. The voice will break. Okay, we'll stop it here guys. The battery is down, voice will break off. I'll stop here. Okay, practice this carefully. 2 things I explained you today. What's it? User-defined return types. Second one, output parameters. So tomorrow I'll teach you about in-out parameters also. Tomorrow I'll teach you ref keyword, in-out parameters. Okay, let's stop it. We'll meet tomorrow.
Recording stopped.